A lot of people hear investing and they like to ask a question, how do I start investing? Before you start any investment, let me give you three things to actually consider before you embark on any route. Number one is the goal. What is the goal of the investment? Are you looking to invest for retirement or to build saving for your child's college education? That will determine what strategy you can potentially, take. For example, if you're looking for long term for retirement purpose, you might be considering things like 401k, 403bs, Roth IRAs, or even a brokerage account. If it's for college education, you might be leveraging things like 529 or OCMA accounts. Now, the number two thing to consider is the term of the investment, right? What is the timeline that you want to invest that money and be able to have access to it? If you are somebody that is investing for a short-term purpose, say you're just looking to save this money there and be able to have it yield something, and still say you're building an emergency fund, right? And you want it to not just be in a regular traditional saving or checking account, you may want to leverage a high yield savings account instead. That way, that money is still yielding you up to 4%, but that's something that you can access after, maybe your goal is to save it for 6 months, for 1 year, and you have that access to that money, within or by that time. You may be considering that high yield saving versus somebody that is interested in investing for the long term. You have a much longer term, like myself, like you want to let that money sit there and just grow 5-10 years. Then, in that case, you might be again leveraging things like 401k, maybe brokerage account, Roth IRAs, and things like that. The third thing to consider is, what is your risk tolerance? Every investment has a level of risk, but there are some that are way riskier than others. So if you are somebody like myself that doesn't have a high risk tolerance, then you might be more interested in things that are more stable. Still have some level of risk, but nothing as they are more stable, like low cost index funds that are, have a track record, right? Like the S&P 500, things like VO and things like that. Versus somebody that might not have, or that have a high risk tolerance. They are aggressive with their strategy. They like to pick and choose, pick some stocks that they think have a high potential for growth, but those kind of things that also have a really high risk associated with them. So depending on your risk tolerance, you pick which way you want to go. So now, but one thing is for sure, before you even get started, you're going to need money for any of this. You're going to need some money. Now, I have a free budget template that can help you identify what your disposable income is realistically for the month, now that you can now use and put towards which way you want to go. And I also created a community. If you like all things personal finance like this, you like a community of like-minded women that are all about building their finances, leveling up their finances so they can build wealth, I created it. The link is in my bio too. See you in the next video. Be sure to like and follow for more. Ciao.